press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, today we discuss the last type of root modification for other vital functions. Vital means what? Important functions. Among them we will discuss, that is, the types of roots modification we called as epiphytic root. Epiphytic root. What is epiphytic root? Before that, what is epiphytes? Epiphytes are those plants, for the substrata. For substrata, they grows on other plants. Epiphytes are those plants for substrata, they grows on branches of large trees. See, the epiphytic plants, example vanda, orchids, these are all the epiphytic plants. See, what happens in epiphytic plants? The epiphytic plants produces roots, and those roots hangs aerially, and those roots, they will hang aerially, which is involved in absorption of water from the atmospheric moisture. Okay, so epiphytic roots, example is vanda. Epiphytes are those plants which grows on large tree trunks on the other plants. These epiphytic plants produces the roots called as epiphytic roots, which hangs over and absorbs the moisture from the air. And these roots contains a special type of tissue called as velamen tissue. These roots consists a special type of tissue called as velamen tissue. The velamen tissue is involved in what? Absorption of moisture from the atmosphere. Next type of roots, that is parasitic root. So what is the parasitic root? What are parasites? Parasites are those plants, even though plants are photosynthetic in nature, they undergoes autotrophic type of mode of nutrition, they perform the photosynthesis, but some plants are parasitic. Those plants does not contains leaves and chlorophyll pigments, and those plants grows on other plant act as host for this parasitic plant. Host means the plants or any other organisms which gives food and shelter for the other organism is called as what? Host. So the parasitic plant grows on host plant. See, this is the host plant. On the host plant, the parasitic plant will develop, does not contains leaves and chlorophyll pigments, but these leaves are of host plant. ಈ leaves ಯಾವ್ದ್ರದ್ದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಓಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ದ parasitic plant does not contains leaves and chlorophyll pigments, hence for food it dependent upon what? Host plant. This is host plant, and this we called as parasitic plant. The parasitic plant, now it produces a special type of root, and that root we called as Astoria. The parasitic root. Astoria is the parasitic root. It is produced from the parasitic plant, and this Astoria, it is involved in absorption food from host plant, right? So the parasitic plant produces the root, and this root we called as what? Astoria. That Astoria penetrate or moves deep into the host plant tissues for absorption of what? Nutritions or food from the host plant. See, this is called as what? Parasitic root. Next type of root we called as photosynthetic or assimilatory root. Next type of root, photosynthetic root or assimilatory root. This type of roots consists chlorophyll pigments. Actually, the roots doesn't contains the chlorophyll pigments, right? But here the roots contains chlorophyll pigments, and it is involved in performing the process of photosynthesis, and it is also involved in formation of food in those plants. Then example, Trapa Tinospora. Example of parasitic root, that is Cuscuta. And here is Vanda. Right? Next type of root we discuss is floating root. What is floating root? These are the roots, specialized roots present in aquatic plants or develop in aquatic plants. See, in aquatic plants, what happens? Aquatic plants are present on the water, right? The aquatic plant produces a normal type of shoot system and root system, but here what happens? From the base of the stem there is solan. From the base of the stem there is solan, balloon shaped roots are developed. Solan, balloon shaped roots are developed, spongy roots. It is filled with parenchyma tissue. Parenchyma are the specialized tissue which fill up what? Air, and helps in buoyancy of the plant. So this type of roots we call as what? Floating root. So floating roots are developed from the base of the stem and where it is swollen and spongy in nature, it is filled with aerenchyma, it fill up or stores the air and involved in buoyancy. Buoyancy means to float, floating of aquatic plants, and this type of plant, root we called as floating root. Example for floating root is Jussea. Example for floating root is Jussea. Next type of root, epiphyllous root. Epiphyllous root. Epiphyllous root. This type of root is developed on the leaf of some plants. See the example, plants like Bryophyllum is an ornamental plant, right? In Bryophyllum, what happens? The leaf margins, the leaf margins consists notches are called as grooves. See here, the notches are present. So, in the notches, there is development of small buds. Small buds. Those buds at its base produces the roots. And those roots are called as epiphyllous roots. Epi means above, phyllous means leaves. So the leaves the roots developed above the margins of the leaves is called as epiphyllous root. The best example is Bryophyllum. Okay, last one. That is moniliform root. Moniliform root. Moniliform root is nothing but the roots which consists the nodules or beads at regular intervals. The roots consists beaded structures or beads like structure are present at regular interval is called as moniliform root. Example for moniliform root is Monardica. So these are the different type of roots for vital function, for important function. Epiphytic roots developed from the epiphytic plants and which contains a special type of tissue called as velamen tissue involved in absorption of moisture. Next, parasitic root, that is the roots developed from the parasitic plant which is involved in absorption of food from the host plant. Photosynthetic roots which perform photosynthesis and prepare its own food. Next, floating roots which helps in buoyancy of the plant. Epiphyllous roots, these are the roots developed from the margins of the leaves and involved in vegetative type of propagation. Moniliform root, example Monardica plants. Here the roots are continuous beaded like structure at regular intervals. Okay, these are the different type of modifications of roots for vital functions. Okay, next we take up shoot system. What is shoot? The aerial part of the plant body. The plant body which is present above the ground is called as shoot. The shoot system beards what? Stem, leaves, buds, flowers and fruits. All together we called as what? Shoot system. Shoot system is the aerial part of the plant body, means the plant body present on air above the soil. It bears stem, leaves, buds, flowers, fruit, branches, etc. Okay. First we take up the bud. Bud. What is this bud? Bud is nothing but immature. Bud is nothing but immature, condensed shoot. Immature condensed shoot means ಈ ಶೂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಬಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಮ್ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಅಂಡ್ condensed means that bud further develops into shoot system. So immature condensed shoot with condensed nodes. With what? Condensed nodes. Nodes means the point on the stem where leaves and its branches arises. With condensed nodes covered by immature leaves. Covered by immature leaves. See, the largest bud, example for largest bud is cabbage. It is the largest bud. Largest bud is cabbage. Next, the types of bud. Okay. To clear the definition of bud, bud is immature, condensed. It is not matured. It further matured into shoot system. Condensed means compressed. Shoot with condensed nodes. Nodes are distributed throughout the stem, and those nodes are compressed inside the bud, and that nodes is covered by what? Immature leaves. The largest bud example is what? Cabbage. Types of bud. So classification of bud based on position. Based on what? Position. So bud ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? Position or location. Position or location basis ಮೇಲೆ ಬಡ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪಿಕಲ್ ಆರ್ terminal bud. Apical or terminal bud. These are the bud present at extreme tips of the branches or on the stem. So ಈ ಬಡ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ಸ್ನ ಟಿಪ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ನ ಟಿಪ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಪಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟಿಪ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಬಡ್ಸ್ are always present at the tip of the plant body. These buds are found in all type of plants. All type of plants ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಈ apical bud ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Right? Next is lateral buds. Next, lateral buds. These are the buds found. These are the buds found at the lateral side of the plant body. Plant body na lateral sides ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬಡ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಸೈಡ್ ಬೈ ಸೈಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿನ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್, right? Then this is the node. From the node, the leaf is raised. Down the leaf arise agide, and this is the angle. This is what? The angle between stem and leaf. The angle is present between the stem and leaf is called as axis. And if the bud is developed from this axis is called as axillary bud. The bud is developed from the axis. So ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ರೈಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಈ ರೈಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್. ಈ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಬಡ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರಿ ಬಡ್. It is called as axillary bud. Suppose in some plants or in this plant only, what happens if the bud are developed, in between, the stem and the axillary bud. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರಿ ಬಡ್, ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲೀಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರಿ ಬಡ್ ನಡುವೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಬ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರಿ ಬಡ್. Then it is called as what? Sub-axillary bud. Then in some plants or in this plant only, the bud developed at the base of the leaves or below the leaf, then it is called as extra axillary bud. Then it is called as extra axillary bud. So these are the three types of lateral bud. First one axillary bud, second one subaxillary bud, third one extra axillary bud. These type of buds are found in the plants, different type of plants ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಹೈಬಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದೇ ಹೈಬಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ಮೂರು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರಿ ಬಡ್, this is the bud developed from the axis. What is axis? The angle formed between the stem and the leaves, then it is called as axillary bud. If the bud developed in between the stem and axis, see here difference nodabeku, in between stem and axillary bud, then it is called as subaxillary bud. And the bud, if it is developed from below the leaves or opposite to axillary bud, then it is called as what? Extra axillary bud. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ನೀಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಡ್, that is based on second one. Next type of bud classification, that is based on fate of bud. That is based on fate of bud. Fate means what? ಹಣೆ ಬರಹ ಅಂದರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, right? ಮುಂದೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Next, the bud give rise to which part? Then from that the bud is classified into three types, that is vegetative, bud. Vegetative bud. Vegetative bud, this is the bud upon maturity. This is the bud after maturity. Upon maturity, it develops into what? Vegetative parts of the plant. Vegetative part means that is nothing but stem, leaves, not the flowers. Flowers are reproductive part. Okay, so if the bud upon maturity or it develops into vegetative part of the plant body, then it is called as vegetative bud. Next type is floral bud. Next type is floral bud. Flora means flowers. Greekally flora anta karitare, Englishally flowers. Floral bud, these are the bud upon maturity or they develops into what? Flora means what? Develops into flower or reproductive structures, then it is called as floral bud. Next type is mixed bud. Then what is this mixed bud? If bud develops into flower during reproductive phase. ಸೊ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಗೆ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ತಕ್ಷಣ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಆ ಬಡ್ಡು ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬಡ್. ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ, ಅದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಬಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ದ ಬಡ್ develops into vegetative parts of the plant, then it is called as during what? Non-reproductive phase. During non-reproductive phase, then it is called as vegetative bud. But these two type of buds are present in mixed bud, and the same bud. ಎರಡು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಎರಡು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ನಾವು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋಣ. ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್ ಗಿಬರ್ಲಿನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಈ ಥರ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಬಡ್ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಇರುವಂಥ ಬೇರೆ ಬಡ್, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಅದೇ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಡ್ ಅದು ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ವೆಜಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಡ್ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದ ಬಡ್, ಸೇಮ್ ಬಡ್ ಮೇ ಗಿವ್ ರೈಸ್ ಟು ಫ್ಲವರ್ when it is attained to the reproductive phase, or the same bud give rise to vegetative part when it is in non-reproductive phase. Okay, so these are the different types of buds based on fate of bud, means ಆ ಬಡ್ಡು ಏನಾಗಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫರ್ದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ರೈಸ್ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಬಡ್, ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಬಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬಡ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಅಪಿಕಲ್ ಬಡ್, ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಬಡ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಪಿಕಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಬಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಪಿಕಲ್ ಬಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಬಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಅದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದೆನ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Next, third type of bud is seasonal bud. Seasonal bud. So these are the buds develops in particular season. Among them, that is winter bud, winter bud, and second one is spring bud, winter bud and spring bud. Winter bud, these are the bud developed in winter season. These are the bud developed in winter season. And this bud is covered by, this bud is covered by, this bud is covered by protective coverings. See, this bud is covered by protective coverings made up of scaly leaves, made up of scaly leaves. Scaly means what? Scaly means a thin leaf-like structure. A thin leaf-like structure covers the bud, covers the winter bud, and this bud is inactive. It is inactive, and after getting a suitable temperature only, this winter bud will develops into new plant body, okay, or it gives rise to new parts of the plant. Then spring bud, what happens in spring bud? The spring bud developed in spring season. Spring season anta andre vasanta rutu anta karitula adu. In spring season there is temperature for growth of the plants and buds. There is suitable temperature for growth of plants and buds. Hence the spring bud does not covered by scaly leaves. Scaly leaves are absent, or protective coverings are absent, and this bud is active bud. This bud is active, that means it immediately matures and develops into different parts of the plant, like stem, leaves, like or flowers, like that. Okay, this is the difference between winter bud and spring bud. Winter bud, it is inactive bud. Spring bud is active bud. Winter bud is covered by protective scaly leaves or coverings. It is not covered by protective scaly leaves. Winter bud requires a specific temperature. So upon getting only the specific temperature, it will grow. Still for that, it is in inactive period. But the spring bud, it will germinate immediately to give rise to what? Parts of plant body. Okay, next type of buds based on which structure buds are formed. Based on which structure buds are formed or developed. ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ ಬಡ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. So in that basis the buds are of following types, that is colline bud. Colline bud, this bud developed from or on stem. See, this type of bud developed on stem, then it is called as colline bud. ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? Colline bud ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Example, jackfruit. Jackfruit. Okay, next type radical bud. Radical bud. In radical bud, the development of bud or bud is developed from where? Root. Developed from root is called as radical bud. ನೆನ್ನೆ root modification ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಡಾಲ್ಬರ್ಜಿಯಾ, ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಟೊ, ಡಾಲ್ಬರ್ಜಿಯಾ, ಹೌದಾ? ಡಾಲ್ಬರ್ಜಿಯಾ ಸಿಜೋ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಡ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೋಸ್ ಬಡ್ಸ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ foliar bud. Foliar bud. Foliar bud means foliage. Foliage. Flora ಬೇರೆ, floral bud. ಅವಾಗಲೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಫ್ಲೋರಾ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್, ಫೋಲಿಯೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಫೋಲಿಯಾರ್ ತಪ್ಪಿದ್ರೆ ಫೋಲಿಯೇಜ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಲೀವ್ಸ್. ಏರ್ ಬಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್. ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬ್ರಯೋಫಿಲ್ಲಮ್. ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬಡ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬೇಸ್ಲಿ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಫೋಲಿಯಾರ್ bud. So kaline bud, where the buds are developed on the stem, best example is jackfruit. Radical bud, where the buds are developed on the root, radical R for root. Foliar bud means the buds are developed from the leaves. So these are the different types of buds. Next we discuss modification of bud. Still far we discussed what types of bud. Types of bud based on location, based on fate, based on season, based on structure from which buds are formed. Okay, next modifications of buds. See, the buds are modified to perform different functions, that is bulbil. That is bulbil. Bulbil is the bud formed from fleshy leaves, formed from group of what? Fleshy leaves on the stem. The example is agave, and the main function of bulbil is for vegetative propagation. That is a type of asexual reproduction studied in the 10th. Okay, next type of bud is tendril. Bud modification is tendril. In tendril, what happens? The buds, that is the axillary buds. Tendril is the modification of axillary buds. Axillary buds are found between the stem and axis. Here, the bud, that is the axillary bud, develops into a wire-like structure. A wire-like structure called as tendril, called as tendril, which lift the plant, to grow on the air, which lift the plant to grow on the air. So this tendril will attaches or it spirally binds over the host plant. ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು host plant ಮೇಲೆ ಈ tendril spiral ಆಗಿ bind ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ plant ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. It is usually found in weak stem plants. Example, cucumber, water melon, right? So family cucurbitaceae ಅಂತ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಟೆಂಡ್ರಿಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಟೆಂಡ್ರಿಲ್ is meant for what? Is meant for give support to the weak stem of the plant. Next type is the bud modification is thorns. See, these thorns are not formed from the weak plant. The thorns are formed in woody plants, means the plant's stem is strong, but it is also developed or modification of the thorns are also modification of axillary buds. See, both, that is thorns and tendrils are modification of axillary buds only. Bulbil are also modification of axillary buds and also of terminal buds. And these thorns, modification of axillary buds found in woody plants, and the main function is what? To protect, to give protection to the plant against grazing animals or against herbivorous. Herbivorous means the animals for food which dependent upon the herbs. See, this type of plants can notice in citrus plants like lemon, orange. Okay, in citrus plants the axillary bud are modified into a sharp pointed structure called as thorns. So these are the different modification of buds. Bulbil or modification of fleshy leaves of buds. Bulbil or modification of fleshy leaves. Fleshy means they contain lot amount of water, they are fresh, juicy. Okay, fleshy leaves, and it is meant for what? Mainly meant for vegetative propagation. Best example is agave. Next, the tendril, it is the modification of axillary bud. Tendril is the modification of axillary bud in weak stem containing plant, which gives support to the plant. Next, thorns or modification of axillary bud, it is meant for giving protection against the herbivorous to the plant. Example in citrus plant. Okay. Next we take up the other structure of shoot system, that is stem. What is stem? Stem is the stem is positively phototrophic. Negatively, stem is negatively what? Geotrophic. And negatively, stem is negatively hydrotrophic, but developed from plumule of the embryo, Radical of embryo give rise to root system. Yesterday I told you. Plumule of embryo give rise to shoot system, and that is the stem. Next, the stem. See the stem. Majority of stem is having aerial mode of structure. Then some stem are subaerial. Some stems are subaerial in nature. Then some stems are also underground. Some stems are underground. Okay. Let us discuss the stem of aerial, that is aerial stem, and we will discuss the subaerial and underground stem later on. Subaerial means, aerial means I already told you, the stem present on the air. Subaerial means on the surface of soil, on the surface, outermost surface of the soil. Underground means inside the soil. Okay. Then aerial type of stem. See, the aerial type of stem is divided into two types. That is tree. And another one we called as weak stem. Weak stem are of two types. It is of two types. One is climbers, and another one is creepers. One is climbers and another one is creepers. Climbers means it will climb on other plants or any other substrata for aerial mode of life. Creepers, it will creep, like snake will creep. Snake ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಕ್ರೀಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ತೆವಳುತ್ತೆ ಬಾಡಿನ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಆ ಥರ ಕ್ರೀಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಅದು ಕ್ರೀಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ weakened stem, some weakened stem will creeps on the surface of soil, and some weakened stem will climb on the other trees or other substrata. Then now we discuss about trees. So the trees are having what? Strong stem. Trees ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇರುವಂಥ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Then types of stem in trees, that is column. That is first one, column. Column is a type of stem where we can, column is a type of stem where we can easily notice, nodes and internodes. You know about nodes, right? Nodes, where we can distinguish nodes and internodes clearly. Nodes is specific point on the stem, through which the leaves and its branches, buds are arised. Internode, distance between two nodes we called as internode. So in column, what happens? Nodes and internodes are identified, or it can be easily distinguished. ಅದನ್ನು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ನೋಡ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಇಂಟರ್ ನೋಡ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬಹುದು. ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಶುಗರ್ ಕೇನ್. ಹೌದಾ? ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಶುಗರ್ ಕೇನ್ ನಾವು ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ಸುಳಿತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ತುಂಬ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಪ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಸ್. Cordus is a type of stem where we cannot notice nodes and internodes. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟರ್ನೋಡ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ plants stem we called as what? Cordus. So where do we found the cordus type of stem? Okay, see, in cordus we cannot notice what? We cannot differentiate or notice nodes and internodes, and where the leaves are crowded at the top of the plant. ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Where the leaves are crowded, group ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ at the top of the plant. Okay, that is example coconut. It is example coconut. We find the group of leaves where we cannot notice nodes and internodes. Coconut ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಮಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಲೀಫ್ ಬಿದ್ದಿರುವಂಥ ಮಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ನೋಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೋಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಬಡ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಡ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಲೀವ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿದ್ದೋಗಿರ್ತವೆ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಯಂಗರ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಮೆಚೂರ್ಡ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ರೌಡೆಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಟಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್. ಕೋಕೋನಟ್, ಅರೈಕನಟ್, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ಸ್ where we cannot notice nodes and internodes, and it is called as cordus. Next, excurrent. See, in the excurrent type of stem, what happens here? The branches, the stem is strong, it grows for extreme height or very height, so ತುಂಬ ಉದ್ದ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ಮು, ಮೈನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್. and the branches occurs in racemose. The branches occurs in racemose pattern. Then what do we mean by racemose? Racemose means, here what happens? The older and large stem is present towards the base. Base contains older and large stem. Here, in racemose type of branching, the older long stem is present at the base, followed by younger stems, and this type of branching of stem give rise to a cone shaped structure. See here, ಅದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಮೇಲಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಕೋನ್ ಥರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Then example is conifers. Example is conifers. Conifers plants, gymnosperms ಇರುವಂಥ conifers ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ರೆಸಿಮೋಸ್ type of branching. Racemose means older, large stem towards base, followed by younger short stems ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ towards the tip, and main stem is hard and long. So it forms what, a cone shaped structure. One cone shaped structure formation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Hence it is called as conifers plants. Then the conifers plant had X current type of stems. Next, last one, that is ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೀನಿ, last one, it is decurrent. That is decurrent. Decurrent means, here what happens, the decurrent type of branching is found in almost all type of trees, majority of trees. Here what happens in decurrent, the main stem is hard, and it gives or produces irregular sized what branches. One branches is long, another branches maybe it is short, another branches is of medium short, like that it gives rise to branching. So this type of branches or stems developed from plant are called as decurrent. So this is the common type of branching, common type of stems. Example found in jackfruit plant, mango, banyan tree, right? In those type of plants we can notice decurrent. X current means the branching of stem occurs in racemose manner. Racemose means that is older large stem towards the base, followed by alternate younger stem. Then decurrent means, here what happens, the main stem is hard, woody, which give rise to other woody branches, but it is in irregular manner. And it is the common type of stem arrangement or common type of stem branching found in almost all trees, like jackfruit, mango, banyan tree, peepal tree, like that. Okay, so the trees based on stem, it is of column, caudex. Column means where nodes and internodes can be easily distinguished. Caudex where nodes and internodes cannot be distinguished, and group of leaves or tuft of leaves are raised at the top. X current where the branching occurs in racemose manner. Then decurrent where branching occurs irregularly and it is of about different size. See, other type of branching in trees are what we called as common type of branches. We noticed in trees is of two types. one we called as dichotomous branching. Dichotomous type of branching. In dichotomous type of branching, what happens? Here, the main stem undergoes branching. It gives rise to two equal sized branch. It looks like letter Y, and those sub branches further divides to give equal type of branches. See here also it looks like letter Y, and those branches give rise to two equal sized branches. Every time branching give rise to only two equal sized branch, and this type of branching is called as dichotomous branching. Example, Dictyota, plant called Dictyota. Okay, next type of branching, that is lateral branching, called as lateral branching. What happens in lateral branching? Lateral branching, your branching occurs sidewise of the main stem. It is of two types, that is racemose and cymose. What is racemose? Racemose, I already told you, the main axis or main stem, the main axis or main stem is of indefinite type of growth and it is strong. It gives rise to sub-branching of stem, but here the sub-branching of stem occurs alternately, and where it follows racemose, means acropetalous manner. Acropetalous means what? Here the older stem is large, followed by the short younger stem, short alternate younger stem. It is also commonly found, so we note that it found in conifers, I already told you. Then cymose type of branching. In cymose type of branching, the main axis is not long as the racemose. It is short and shows the limited growth. It is short and shows limited growth. Then it gives rise to branching, and that branching is the younger ones produces another younger ones produces another young branches, like, but it is all are of limited growth, and this zigzag type of branching is called as what? Cymose type of branching. What happens? The main axis shows limited growth. Here main axis shows unlimited growth. Okay, here main axis shows limited growth, and branching occurs every time at the older stem, and it is of about limited. So these are the general type of branchings occurs in the trees. Okay.